Hi, it's Jay again. So we've reached the part where while I was in the surgery or in the doctors, my family chose to come with me and try to help to make a decision on which path we were going to take, which wasn't an easy decision because the family at one stage was a little bit divided on which way that I should go to have surgery to remove it. For some reason I feel I actually thought I would have taken the news as more of a shock, as a final of leaving this planet, death, I'm finished, what am I going to do because of so many people that die of this disease and where the information has been repressed from the public. Anyways, after all the decisions and the talking, which was a 12 to 14 from a 14-day episode basically, we've decided to take the natural road, and in the meantime we've come up with like a program of what I need to take from morning all the way through the 24 hours every day. So every day my natural remedies are all monitored, they've been researched, they're listed, monitored, and they're ticked off each day as I have each one of them, such as turmeric, bicarb soda. Now if you decide to go and look up cancer, you will see that cancer is nothing more than a fungus, though it's a very evolved fungus that basically overruns your body. It's like a host, it overtakes your body. It's a destructive fungus because it not only takes its host out, it takes itself out. So, which is really surprising for me to learn something of how funguses and diseases work. So I don't know what you'd call that, some form of entity, an entity that has a host and overtakes you. And as we've gone along this journey, which we're only days into, we've found that I can only eat green vegetables for a reason, because it's those greens, the enzymes in the green vegetables, and I'm only on 2 fruits, which are, one is strawberries, one fruit, which is strawberries, and even that has a little bit of sugar. So if you were to treat cancer and you're eating fruits, you're still feeding the fungus. The fungus will still live and survive on the fruits that you eat. So it's important to be able to, live on these greens. In my situation, basically because my pancreas has been blocked. My gallbladder has been blocked by the swelling. Though also on saying that, it's also important not to eat any meats, no sugar, no tea, no coffee, no smoking, none of those things at all, period. Including the sugar from fruits, because the fungus still survives on the sugar. Doesn't matter which way you look at it, the fungus survives on the sugar. So just saying a little bit on that note, and I felt sorry for myself, and you're going to see that some days I cry for myself. It's just still too hard to do. But at the end of the day, I need to keep telling myself that this is my hospital. I'm not hooked up to a drip. I've got family care. The whole family's pulled together. I'm not left in hospital, strung up to a drip. I can go to the toilet when I want without having to ask several times to go to the toilet. I can have a shower whenever I want. I can go out in the sun whenever I want. I can't eat whatever I want because I've got a strict family, because they want to see my survival. And so there's not much that I get away with at all. And if I do something on one, dog's on the other, and so it goes down, and basically I've got no trust left because I've tried everything. So what I'm saying to you, if you think that you can go through a program of all vegetation to try and heal yourself and not crave for something sweet, is something very, very hard. It's an addiction that not many people have any idea of how this fungus works inside your body, because in the end it controls you. It tells you that you want it. You walk past and you'll see a lolly, and it's a lolly or some form of sweetness that you've never even had in your whole entire life, but that you have to have that. And it's the actual fungus that's controlling you, because the particular fungi that I have is the closest thing that I can explain, because I haven't got the medical terms, is that it's like a little millipede, and it sends out little transmitters telling you that you want to have sweet things. And then if you don't, and if you ignore that, it starts gassing you. It pumps out like little gases that begin to control you and your thinking. If you think this is really funny, I did, and I think it's actually one of the best things, or the best ways to explain how this fungi works. It's weird, it's funny, and it's very interesting. But if you think that it's funny as in bullshit, there are questions that you need to go and look up yourself about cancer to find exactly how this little critter works, because it does control you. And you might see these cancer patients that have, they've been living by their protocol, and they've been such a good girl or such a good boy because they've followed everything that they've been told to do, that they deserve a nice pink donut at the end of being such a good girl for not breaking. Well, just by having that one pink donut, or that one pink, think pink, stink pink, cancer industry gives you a pat on the back for being such a good girl. You've just got another run and another load of sugar for this particular fungi to grab hold of and survive in once again. So basically, what I've learnt, it's setting you back because you've just fed the fungi that you've been trying to kill off, this entity that is living in your body. And yes, it is hard, as I say. There's going to be times where each member cries in the family, where you cry, because this is a really hard thing. I cry because I can't have an ice cream, and it's like this fungus overtakes me because I want this sweetness. I need to have the sweetness, and I can't. And it's hard for my family to watch this, because I can have vegetables, all greens, and I'll reach. I just want to throw it up. I want to throw it up all the time. I've lost approximately 9 kilos during this time, and the time prior leading up to this. Basically a size 6. Almost a walking skeleton, really. Which is a hard thing to process, because you can feel your body, you don't take control of what's happening in your body, you can lose control very rapidly, and so we've all had to be careful. Sometimes we have broken the rules. We're having no meat, where as a second I've had the meat, it may be chicken, to sustain my stomach, because it's just shrunk so much that I need to keep something in it before I really don't want my body to shut down. So we have broken some rules to be able to sustain my body and do the right thing as far as eating the right foods to try and kill this fungus. Though I'm not allowed to eat sweet things still.